Let's take a look at this victim impact statement by Tristan Bailey's older brother. Now, this one can make me cry. It will make me cry a lot because I am an older brother to a baby sister. And, if my little sister had anything happen to her, I would be devastated. And this one, I think, is a good one because it really goes into how this guy was really, truly, really impacted in such a devastating way by Tristan's loss and Tristan's death. So, I think, now that we know that he sentenced for life, yay, thank God, I want to show you some of the reasons why I think he was sentenced to life in prison. So let's go ahead. I'm going to, again, mute and let you guys listen to the victim impact statements themselves, and we'll see you guys when we come back and we'll talk about it.
You can start whenever you're ready.
Your Honor, on Saturday, May 8th, 2021, I came home to spend time with family and to celebrate Mother's Day the following day. When I arrived home that afternoon, we quickly made plans to go to dinner. My dad, mom, Sophia, Tristyn, my niece, and I went to dinner. There wasn't a single sign that this would be our last night together, what I believe was Tristyn's last meal. Shy of my older sisters, Brittany and Alexis, being present, the dinner was perfect. My niece was playing with her food, trying to crawl under the table. We talked about when we lived in Singapore. My dad supplied ample comedy and smiles in a way that only siblings can. Tristyn and I silently made a pact and messed with Sophia during dinner, the way only siblings know how to do. It was perfectly imperfect. I would give anything to either stay at the table a few minutes longer or to have had Brittany and Alexis there as well. Following dinner, we visited Alexis and then went home. I went on a late walk with Sophia to reach my exercise goal for the day, which I talked with Tristyn about when we got back. Finally, Sophia, Tristyn, and I started to watch TV. I began to fall asleep on the couch until I finally excused myself to go to bed. Every single day, I can't help but wonder what would have happened had I slept on that couch instead, or if I had stayed up later. Tristyn was a 13-year-old. She had a personality brighter than fireworks, and she was being a teenager. But had I slept on that couch that was within earshot of our front door, there's a possibility my little sister could still be alive today. I have lived with that question, that weight, and that guilt since I went to wake up Tristyn on Mother's Day and found her room empty. The day we lost Tristyn, I began running mentally and emotionally to try to cope and survive. Anytime I slow down, every detail of that day, this court process, and the memories of Tristyn flood my mind and threaten to cripple me. So mentally, I put this all into a box and I run from it. I will run to school, to work, to friends, and at times I ran to alcohol. I was desperate for anything that would numb and convince me that this is not real life, rather a sick and cruel nightmare I can't seem to wake up from. This is real though. My baby sister, who always had a sassy reply ready and a heart filled with kindness, is gone. The depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder is real. The weekly therapy sessions to learn how to cope and make it this far is real. The waves of anxiety I experience when I walk around Durban Crossing at night are real. Every time I see her use a knife, the intrusive thoughts of the damage that they can inflict is real. The nights where sleep is replaced with the heinous details of what Tristyn suffered are real. The nights where I drank to black out and put myself in danger are real. The week-long depressive episodes where I break down and struggle to leave my bed are real. The classes I withdrew from because grieving and being a student was too much are real. Breakdowns that erupt from songs that remind me of Tristyn are real. Even things as small as a red cardinal bird will bring my day to a stop. There's an old wives' tale that when you see a red cardinal, it is someone from heaven checking on you. I can only hope that each one is a sign from Tristyn telling me she's still cheering me on. Yet they are each a painful reminder of what I have lost. They are each a reminder of how I failed Tristyn. Despite countless reassurances, I continually weather by sleeping on that couch, being at home more, reaching out more, or a million other things if I may have been able to prevent her death. But no matter how much I may try to run, distract, or numb myself, this is my reality. Reality where Aqua and Teal fill me with pride, love, and pain. Reality where I am terrified and furious at other teenage boys because a single 14-year-old broke my family. Reality where instead of a cheer trophy, a family portrait, or a million other things, my sister's remains sit on a shelf at home in an aqua urn that glimmers brighter than a star. Reality that is so painful to live in, I continue to run and numb myself to it, trying to escape the pain and reminders of what I have lost. In the process of trying to numb myself and outrun this, I cause myself to lose even more. By not handling my grief head on, academically, I sacrificed a multitude of opportunities within my courses and with professors. Socially, I was alone. While I have an astounding support system where I live in Gainesville, Tristyn's story and her spirit are not as well known there as they are in St. John's. Few are able to understand the hardship of losing a family member, much less losing them to a gruesome homicide. I felt that I became a burden and disconnected from a multitude of people that I once treasured. Despite the fact that these were the very people trying to support me, emotionally, I shut down every time I was asked, "How are you doing?" As there are no words to convey the misery that was born from my grief and my sense of isolation. I would like to address Mr. Aiden Fucci. Today, I want to take the time to address whatever humanity you still possess. Since learning of your existence and the agony inflicted upon my family, I convinced myself you are something other than human. I refuse to use your name, to believe that you are a regular person. To believe that you are human would be to accept that the darkness that has marked my family could come from ordinary people, something which causes me to lose all hope. So I convinced myself you must be something less than human and that people can still be good. But you are human. Between investigative evidence and individuals in the St. John's community, my family and I have learned more about your life than we ever cared to know. Part of this included learning that you have siblings and a younger sister at that. I'm sorry, I lost my place. I have 4 sisters, 2 older and 2 younger sisters, including Tristyn. While you may have siblings, I don't believe you know what it means to be a brother. Having siblings is a job, a responsibility, and a privilege. Being a brother to sisters means being there to support them, to listen, to celebrate them, and to be there for them when they are in need, and so much more. You took one of my sisters away from me. I will not get to drive her to cheer, listen to her spill the tea, celebrate her achievements, or spoil her with trips to Starbucks for a double chocolate chip grande frappuccino. If I ever have children, none of them will ever get to meet their aunt. I will never get to brag to others about Tristyn's determination and her persistence in pursuing her goals. Because when Tristyn had a goal, she accomplished her goal. Because of your actions, I cannot fulfill my role as Tristyn's big brother. While I am so fortunate to be blessed with 3 other amazing and unique sisters who inspire me and remind me of what life has to offer, you took away my baby sister. I want you to think of your own siblings, your own sister. Just as I have lost my sister, they have lost their brother. At the end of this, you will be in prison. They will not get to lean on you for support. You won't be able to celebrate with them or grow old with them. They have lost their brother. You have lost your siblings. You have failed as a brother. My siblings and I didn't just lose a sister. My parents lost a daughter. Tristyn's friends lost a goofball who brought a smile by walking into the room. The cheer community lost a teammate who was an unwavering pillar of spirit and perseverance. The world lost a young woman who, after binge watching Grey's Anatomy, became inspired to become a doctor. We lost the chance to see Tristyn graduate high school. We lost the chance to see Tristyn attend and graduate college. We lost the chance to see Tristyn find love and have her own family. Not only do we have to grieve Tristyn and her past, we have to grieve the person she did not have a chance to become and everything she never got to do or achieve. Since losing Tristyn, I've heard through countless conversations what can happen to her murderer. This court is able to impose between a 40-year sentence up to a life sentence. Several weeks ago, we sat in this building as the court reviewed a motion to limit autopsy photos to be shown during the trial, a trial which we fortunately did not have to go through. Among several things that came out during that hearing, I recall that there were 6 wounds that had been considered fatal. However, even in shy of these 6 wounds that my sister suffered, no one would have been able to survive the cumulative 108 other wounds. My sister was stabbed 114 times. 49 of those wounds were defensive. While some may view these as simple facts of the case, these are the thoughts that will plague the mind of Tristyn's community, friends, family, and myself for the rest of our lives. Tristyn's fought for her life, and my mind has tormented me since, with all of the details of what she went through and what she must have felt. This is a burden we collectively have to carry for decades to come. In light of this, a life sentence for her murderer seems nearly merciful. His wrongdoings reaped not only the remainder of Tristyn's life, but cursed the lives of countless others. Why should he be allowed to serve a single sentence while so many others must serve our own sentences because of their choices? If it were possible, I would plead the court to give a harsher sentence than light. But in the light of the current state of the law, I can only hope that he will be given the maximum sentence. I add this stone for the hope and belief I had in people being good that died the day that Aiden Fucci murdered my sister.
That was powerful. That was just absolutely heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. It hurts. Some of the points he made, just to summarize it. I mean, just the beginning part, describing the family as just an ordinary family, going to dinner, going to the sister's house, playing with their niece, doing just regular sibling and family things and mom and dad things, and going on his late night walk, and even just things he would do on a normal day. He laid back on the couch, he went to bed, and the questions start there. It really starts the whole thing of, what if dinner went longer? What if we stayed at the table longer? What if we stayed at Alexx's house longer? What if Brittany and Alexis were there at dinner? What if I had stayed on the couch? It would have been at earshot. I could have stopped her and said, "Hey, where are you going?" Ever since I found her room empty, and he shut himself off from family. He thinks about what a knife can do whenever he's got to cut a simple piece of ham or an apple or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's incredible. And the fact that he uses alcohol and he endangers himself, and he like doesn't use the support from people around him because he's just so weary, and he's now weary of teenage boys who don't even deserve that weariness. But it's because of one teenage boy who put everyone else in doubt. And I mean, it's just, I just, so many parts of his speech, I spoil my baby sister, with trips to Starbucks and trips to Target and trips to McDonald's and things that she loves. And, it's incredible. Just the things that I take for granted as a big brother, and he now no longer gets to do with his little sister Tristyn. Now he still has Sophia, but Sophia's gonna fly out and go to college and do some incredible things as a lacrosse goalie and all of that, and he's so proud of her. And the thing that he said, he doesn't get to celebrate Tristyn, support Tristyn, have her lean on him, comfort her when she's sad, heartbroken, whatever. It's so sad. And then he talks about the cheer community losing their friend. He talks about the parents losing a daughter, the sisters losing a sister, the friends that, I mean, she just lost everything. And he literally did a great job. He did an incredible job. And then talking to Aiden himself, saying, look, you ruined your siblings' lives. One testimony that got to me was when the grandma said that Aiden's little sister is so young, in fact, too young, young enough to not know what's going on. Knowing that her brother killed another girl, and he never thought of his little sister, and that now he's going to spend the rest of his 16-year-old worthless piece of crap life in jail. Wow, she wonders where's brother, because girls look up to their big brothers, and it's just, man, I can understand where he's coming from. The fact that he had to shut himself down, and he once treasured people, now he doesn't ask them for support, and he goes into week-long depressions. I mean, there's so much to go into. So many things remind him of her. It's so sad, and but this is one reason I think he helped the judge. Yeah, I think the life sentence is also a merciful sentence for him too, because he actually gets to live his life. Tristyn doesn't, and I hope for that dude. Like, as a fellow big brother, Tegan, I hope for the best for you and your family. And man, that was a tough one to listen to. One testimony that got to me was when the grandma said that Aiden's little sister is so young, in fact, too young, young enough to not know what's going on. Knowing that her brother killed another girl, and he never thought of his little sister, and that now he's going to spend the rest of his 16-year-old worthless piece of crap life in jail. Wow, she wonders where's brother, because girls look up to their big brothers, and it's just, man, I can understand where he's coming from. The fact that he had to shut himself down, and he once treasured people, now he doesn't ask them for support, and he goes into week-long depressions. I mean, there's so much to go into. So many things remind him of her. It's so sad, but this is one reason I think he helped the judge. Yeah, I think the life sentence is also a merciful sentence for him too, because he actually gets to live his life. Tristyn doesn't, and I hope for that dude. Like, as a fellow big brother, Tegan, I hope for the best for you and your family. And man, that was a tough one to listen to.